guys, yeah. We're back. Alright, we're having a start.
This could get quite deep. This could get very deep.
Hopefully, bro.
Why men don't have standards in a relationship?
In a relationship. This is in a relationship. This is not for the Red Pill brothers that just want to bang everything. Because due to, as we all know, human nature, girls want to collect quality, guys quantity. So we'll bang anything, guys. So we're not going to judge, you know. We're not here to judge.
No. Yeah, so this is just more for purple pill guys, brethren, and
yes.
and for the blue pill boys out there that are in relationships. Why men don't have standards?
The first reason we think men don't have standards in a relationship is because they lack confidence, aka they're insecure, and they're in a scarcity mindset, which comes from them not being on their grind, they're not working, their self-esteem's dropped, and then they settle for less than they really should because they're not putting the work in themselves, so they don't think they deserve better. Exactly. As a man should always aspire to be the best and have the best.
Yeah, definitely.
So you got to put in the work to have that self-esteem, which will think you demand it.
And also, like from a personal point of view, you know, I found myself in past relationships where, as I was growing up and I was evolving into an adult, I found I was very confident, very outgoing, but I think I also had some insecurities about me that, you know, I didn't like when other people spoke about me, or you had your own insecurities, and if you have your own insecurities, sometimes they can leach onto and affect how you perceive your woman and what woman you want to have in your life. So if you have insecurities within yourself, such as like being confident, so a lack of confidence, you might act like you're confident, but you might not actually be confident. So that might actually affect who you actually have as a partner. So I found that, you know, I was dating someone that was, you know, they weren't fit, and they didn't want to do the same things that I wanted to do. You know, get up early.
Better themselves.
Yeah, but they didn't want to better themselves. So, and they didn't progress. And I know, and women generally look for more comfort than improvement than a man. So she'd come home and she'd want to be sitting at the TV, and she just want to relax and sleep in. But and that's fine. You shouldn't attack a girl for wanting to do that. Let's let her be. But the point is,
the standards need to be a little bit higher.
The standards need to be a little bit higher. You want a girl that's gonna, you know, come with you. Ultimately, you need to go out and do your exercise and be fit and grind and stay on your purpose yourself. But it's always good to have someone in your life, especially if you're going to be with them for the long run, to want to do the same things as you want to do.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so
mutual goals, mutual interests to help each other grow.
So I found that was not I didn't regret it. You should never regret what you do in life. You should always go forward and learn from it. But I found that I didn't evaluate who I was as a person before I was in that relationship. So I'd say number one thing is evaluate who you are at the time, and if they aren't aligning with, you know, where you want to be and where you're going, you really need to communicate it to them and say, this is where I'm going. Do you want to come or not? If they don't want to come, as hard as it is for you to say, you need to say, I'm sorry, but you know, I'm going to have to move on. Yeah. And that's just and if you don't want to do it, then that means that you're
feeling content in life because you've just established that is the way your life's become.
And you're showing attachment. You're showing too much attachment. You're being clingy. If you don't want to let her go because she doesn't want to come with you, and she doesn't have that, she hasn't raised her standards, raised her standards, then that means that her standards are never going to raise. It's all psychological. If they're not programmed and wired like that, then they won't change for you.
Yeah, it's like you can tell a drug addict not to take drugs, but you can't actually force them not to take drugs. Yeah, exactly. Does that make sense? So if she doesn't want to do the work, and she doesn't want to follow you to your path of greatness, then you have to leave her in the dust. Another thing that holds guys back from having the standards is they fall into the social construct of political correctness, where they'll be idolizing the feminist movement, and then they'll let the woman in their life wear the pants, which in turn makes her the alpha lead, and that relationship can't be successful because the dynamics are all messed up.
Yeah, make sure you check out our video, dynamics in relationships.
Check it out.
But yeah,
so that's what you see with dudes that are like half vegan, or not half vegan, like full-time vegan. Like they don't care, and then they got to go for another vegan. It's like, what are you doing, bro? Yeah, he let her wear the pants, and now it's like you're lowering your standards because now you're like devaluing yourself because you're letting her take the alpha position.
Yeah, the point is if you've got a full throttle, you know, I'm going to go at it with all I've got attitude, then she's not going to be, that dynamic's not going to exist in your relationship, because you're going to be someone that just if you're, you know, it's such like small minute things like walking down the street with your girl. If you're walking behind her and holding hands, well, you're not obviously leading, are you? You've got to be little minute things that you'll pick up on. If you're holding her hand, you're walking down the street, you want to be leading slightly in front. It's just all, it comes down to you and how you're wired. You can change that wiring, but you've got to be aware that you want to be pushing forward, and you don't have a
lead.
You've got to be the lead, exactly. So don't let her lead, and you can still have her input. Yeah. You can still have her input 100%. You still respect her, and you still care for her, but just, you know, take what's yours and keep moving forward and raise the bar, and you'll get whatever you want in life.
Yeah, that's true. Another reason why the standard has dropped is because, I don't know if it's the same misogynist, but the value of women, high value women the value of women has dropped, I think.
Yeah.
In the time, due to the feminist movement and the fat acceptance movement and all those movements in sociology where the girls don't even have to shave their underarm, or they can be overweight and they still love me as is.
What's the agenda? What's the agenda that they...
Fat acceptance movement.
Yeah, the fat acceptance.
All the feminist movement, it devalues girls to empower them. So then they're getting devalued, and then we're going to have to settle for less. Which will, in turn, make it like... It's pretty much like, if we're going to settle for less, then we're just going to settle and be content. But you can't be content with that. We always got to aim higher, always be on your grind. So then you get the higher value girls, and then you tell the girls. That's why us as men, we got to tell these, like, we can't be lowering our standards to these girls, because it's not fair on the rest of us.
You can't.
That's accepted.
You can't.
We should demand better.
You can't have a girl who's overweight, 20 kilos overweight, and pretending like she's happy and she's content with herself and she's healthy, and you don't, and that's not on your checklist. If you want someone fit and you're fit, then go get someone that in your life that's fit and wants to do the same things as you. Don't settle for it. You don't need to bring up, you already know that she is not what you want her to be. So you don't go changing her. Go find someone that is actually going to support you and do the things you want to do. Stop complaining and sitting there going, oh, you know, I wish that she got up every morning and exercised with me. Well, firstly, you should be exercising, just getting up and exercising with or without her. It doesn't matter. And secondly, just go and find someone that actually wants to do fitness.
Yes.
And just grow and be better.
Yeah, because as we get better, the more options you get, which means you'll be able to have the pick of the higher value girls, which is like what we're saying by obviously putting the work and don't settle for less. Because we're better than that, boys.
We're fucking better. And you're not getting keen yet.
Yeah, I know. Get keen, bruh.
I'm really not liking it.
Get keen, bruh. And subscribe.
And we're getting better in front of this camera, so fucking you better.